Hey guys!
Hey.
Oh, you can't see. Alright, we're filming on my laptop because our camera battery is super low and we like to talk, so.
It's gonna die.
Yeah. So I cut my hair and oh man, it's so freaking short!
Yeah, it was like the same length as mine.
It was like down to my hips, and then actually, it's half an inch longer than when I first got it cut. But still, it's really short, and it flips out because of the stupid wind.
And we'll be walking around, and she'll be like, "My hair is flipping out!"
Because it goes like
It's
this,
so funny.
and it like flips out, and I feel like Sandy from Grease.
It's really not that bad though. Like she thinks it looks so much worse than it actually does. That looks fine.
That's because I can feel it flipping out, and then I can see it out of the corner of my eye. And it's just really annoying because I take the time to make it straight so it doesn't do that, and then the wind has to go and ruin everything.
And flip it out.
I'd be fine if it flipped in. Then it would look fine. But no.
It has to flip out.
Yeah. Wind is stupid. Anyways,
What were we going to talk about?
we're going to talk about our adventures.
Oh,
our adventures going to the park. Because, there's not much to do in our city besides the park and the bridge.
Those are our like go-to places. But yeah. So
we were there the other day, and there's like this huge loop. Well, I guess it's bigger than like most things, but there's this loop that we like to walk. And then this one, you keep pausing because you hear something like rustling.
Because so there's like a path, and then beside the path there's like not the I guess
there's like
woods.
a little like no, it's not wood. It's it's a bunch of trees, a dense area of trees.
Yeah, and there's like a lot of leaves, so on the ground. Yeah, so we walking around and everything, and every once in a while we hear like.
I didn't hear anything, and she just keeps pausing, and I'm like, "What are you doing?"
Because I'm expecting them to like jump out, like because we live in somewhere where there's gonna be something that jumps out. But no, like I don't know, it just startles me because also like it's like all quiet, and you're like talking like, and it's like,
and she would like stop and be like,
like what's that? So we keep walking and everything. I keep pausing, and then.
And then we hear this rustling, and we're like,
and it was like, and we could see something, so we're like,
she like
it was
jumped
really
on
close.
me.
It was really close to us. And then, the first thing that came to mind, because it was kind of big, I was like, oh my god, there's a beaver!
It wasn't even that big, but she's like, it was like this big. I was like, no,
it was a squirrel.
I was like,
no, it wasn't. His tail was huge. And she's like, well, they do have long tails. I was like, no, it was like wide. It was like flat. It was like a beaver tail, but it was really furry. And
it's like it was a squirrel. And then she's like, yeah, a squirrel on steroids.
Because it wasn't skinny. It wasn't a skinny tail. It was like really wide. So,
it was a squirrel. I think she's exaggerating.
It was a big, and then I saw the rest of it, but I didn't really see what it was because it was still under the leaves.
It was a
big. So we were like dying the rest of the walk. So then we both like freaking hate these geese.
Yeah, this was like I don't even know, like not even. I don't know. We're like. Here, and then we like go around a bit, and it's like over
there,
even though you can't see my hand. Anyways,
yeah. So then we get there, and like we have like these, were they Canadian
Canadian geese,
and we hate them because they like come out of nowhere at you, and they're like rah, rah.
Sometimes they're charging at each other.
Yeah, this one time at the park when we were walking.
They were charging at each other,
and their wings are back like this, and their beaks are like they're running. It's so funny. So anyway, we both hate these because like they charge and like they make weird noises.
Birds in general.
And then one time we were sitting on our hill and these geese flew by, but and they're all like, but then this one was like winded. He was like, he was like wheezing.
It was so funny.
It was hilarious. We were like dying. So anyway, so we were walking, like we see these geese, and we're like, oh my god.
Across the street, like we're like walking here, we're like, doo-doo-doo-doo.
And then there's like
one here. Yeah,
and then there's like another thing. And
there's like, yeah, so they're like one here, and we're like over here on the other side of the road.
Yeah. So then I turn around and I see we look over and we see the geese and we're like, okay.
I'm like, okay, stay over there.
Yeah, stay.
Like, they're like kind of like laughing at us, and their like necks are kind of
they're like, and they're like, so we keep walking, and then I turn around and they're like taking off into midair, except they're like really close to us.
Like, wah! Just like that.
Like a turtle. It's like started bolting. I've never seen her run so fast in my life. So she's like, and I'm like dying laughing. I was like running. I'm like,
she's running, and she's like,
because I couldn't breathe. Because I was laughing so hard because you just took off. And you're like, whoa!
I'm scared of birds. She screams. I see the geese that were just across the street, so I ran. I thought they were chasing us.
It was so funny because they were pretty close to us, but they weren't even gonna hit us. And she's like, she didn't even know what we were running from. I'm like running after her. So like I can barely even run because I'm laughing so hard. I finally make it up to her. She's like, what are we running from? So she didn't even know.
And we're like laughing. I can't even breathe. And we're like almost like falling on the ground and laughing.
And like we end up like sitting down on the path. And we're like, there's like no sound coming out. It's just like silent laughter. It was so funny. And there's these like cars driving by. We're both like crouched on the ground like. They're probably like, what are you doing?
If they saw us run, I'm sure they would have got a good laugh.
Oh, so funny.
And then, then there was this robin that came out, and she like jumps
out of the wood. Yeah, it was just like a little robin, but like it made a lot of noise for such a small bird.
I was just staring at it. I didn't want it to get any closer.
Yeah, well, after the incident with the geese, I was kind of like, oh! We ran from geese before, but I don't remember why. Were they like walking towards us or something?
Oh yeah! Oh, that was when we was when we drove past us.
So we were like,
yeah, because there's like this little pond, and then we like walk here, and there's like that's where like the geese like to hang out,
and there's like a cut through thing to get to the path.
Yeah.
So they're like ran from there. We're like, ah!
So we ran, and then friends or I guess coworkers of mine drove past us, and I was like, oh yeah, they just saw us run.
Oh yeah. So then when we were walking back, there's geese on like again like we're walking here, and then there's like a road, and then there's another thing. They're here. And they're like crossing the street,
and I'm like,
but they're walking so slow. And there's like 5 of them, and they're just like taking their own time. And we're like, okay, keep going. So we start going a little faster, but then they're taking so long to get across. And we look over, and there's a car coming. We're like, oh crap! So he gets up there. So the car drives up, and then he's like waiting there because the geese aren't moving. They're just like,
yeah,
they're like taking so long. He's just like, come on! And he opens the door. What did he even say?
I don't remember. I just remember yelling.
But he like yelled at the geese. Well, like, yeah, because he understood that.
It was really funny though.
It was so funny.
The best is when like the boys yell at us from their cars.
Yeah.
We're walking, and there's these boys in a truck driving the other way. What do? They like beep the horn, slap the side of the truck.
So we're walking, like they're driving like in the opposite, like they're driving towards us.
Yeah.
So then they're like start slowing down, and we're both like looking at each other.
Oh my god, don't talk to us.
We're both like looking at each other like, what are they gonna do? Because we knew they were gonna do something.
Yeah.
And then like the one guy laid on the horn, he's like beep beep, and then the other guy like has the window down, and he like hits the side of the car. He's like, and then he's like. I can't even do it because he's like, he whistles.
Oh yeah.
No, they both whistle. They're like, oh my god, they even come out because I lost it. And then you like the woo woo woo, like, but in whistle form. Yeah. And then, like, as they're driving away, the one guy, like, leans out of his car, he's like, oh, man! That was my favorite.
None of the other ones compare to that.
No.
Oh, it's too funny.
That was hilarious. And then we saw them again, but we were too late, so we weren't even, like, close enough for them to see. That was us. Oh, and then the Red Car Boys.
That only happened one time.
I know! We were sitting on our hill, and then, like, these guys would call them the Red Car Boys because they drive a red car.
And they had really nice rims on their car. As you who weren't even looking at the rims, I was looking at the car.
I was looking at their faces.
You couldn't even see their faces.
I know, and I was like... Yeah, so they drive up, but, like, we're, like, on this hill, and we were kind of far away from them, and then, like, at the bottom of the hill, there's, like, a road where you can, like, exit.
Yeah, because where our hill is, like, there's the beach, and then there's, like, parking, and that's where all the boys like to bring their cars and just kind of, like, sit there with their cars.
And drive around and race
or look at the engines, because, you know, they're cool like that.
So
or they sit there by themselves.
We like to chill there, too. It's pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
So we're sitting on the hill, and then, like, the Red Car Boys are, like, leaving. So, but then, like, they kind of stop because they see us.
And there was a stop sign there, too, so they had to. But they stopped way longer than necessary.
Because there was no cars coming. And, like, their windows are down, and they're both, like, looking at their car windows, like, at us.
We're and then, like, staring at their car.
We weren't even, like... It didn't even register with us that, like, oh, my God, they know we're looking at them. Because, like, we're, like, as they drive by, we're both, like...
Yeah.
And then they stop and they're like out their windows, like looking at
like
us,
leaning
like
and
staring right at us.
A tree.
And then there's like a tree coming our way, so we're like leaning towards them, like looking, and we're like not even making it like we're making it completely obvious that we're looking at you. And then like and then they're both like doing the same thing, so it didn't even register with all of us.
Yeah.
And then both at like pretty much at the same time, we're all like the four of us are all like. And then they drive away. Go, and then we're like, "Oh my God!" They totally saw us looking.
And then they came around and they drove like on the behind the hill, and they're like,
beep, beep.
like,
oh, but as they're driving away, they're like waving at us. I'm just like, so we're just like, oh my.
Well, I was like, I don't know why I didn't wave back. I was just kind of like staring.
I know. We're like, what do you look like? But we can barely even see.
So now where we sit on the hill, it's closer to that, so we can see who's driving.
We moved in.
It's a good plan. Remember those guys in what color was the van? The white van? Was it white or was it like? It was burgundy.
No, was it where they almost drove off the beach?
Yeah, and I was like, white. Cause my. Like BFFs from work. They're like we're sitting over here, right? And it's dark and we're waiting for a ride and they're like all the way over here with their cars and they don't tell me that they're still there. Or else I would have been like, let's go stay with them because, you know, I was scared because it was dark. And then
these people in a white van.
It was like a group of boys in this white van and they're like and they
like
drive
by us.
And I guess they heard me when I was like, oh man, look, they think they're so cool when they're like but I'm sure they only heard me like imitate their car because they stopped, then they reversed, and I'm like there. I'm sitting there. I'm like, oh my god, oh my god. I have like my phone ready to text them, like to text my boys so that they can come and pick us up. So and then they like kind of turn like into the beach, and they like almost drive.
Yeah, like they turned around, and then they were like so the beach is here. They're like here. They're like they like lay on the gas. They're like they went so fast, and we're just like. Because, like, I literally thought, and then they went, like, their brakes screeched, and they came to, like, a stop, like, so suddenly. But I thought for sure they were going off, because, like, where the beach is, you have to go down, like, a hill kind of thing. Yeah. I thought for sure they were going down the hill. I was like, what are you doing?
I was just really scared that they were going to get out of the van.
Yeah.
Because it looked like they were about to drive up on the hill where we were sitting, and I was like,
we're like, oh my god.
Yeah, I was scared. But it's okay, we were okay. They just left.
Yeah.
But anyways, this video is 15 minutes long. Subscribe.
And we have Big Candy here too.
Mini Candy.
Where's Minnie?
Mini Candy's here too.
Yeah, the pandas.
I really like pandas.
Pandas.
Yep. So yeah, here we go. And We'll talk to you guys later.
But we have a lot of snacks to eat, so we should get on that.
I'll see you later.
Bye.